The Erayak 2400P is portable, compact, and it's powerful with 2400 peak watts. Plus, it's super easy to start. There's a big need for compact generators that you can take on small camping trips, or if there's a power outage, you at least have enough running power to get by. As much as I love solar, there is still a very big need for gas power. I want to start off with a big shout out to Erayak for sending me this to try out before you decide to go and purchase it. So today we're going to be checking out all the specs and every other feature that comes with the 2400P and see how well this thing really runs. Welcome to Bad Tech, where I try to help consumers like you find products that really work. Well, hopefully. I make videos like this every month to try the products so you don't have to. If you want to support me, the best way to do that is hit the subscribe button right down below. So let's talk about what comes with the device. In the box, you get the main generator, of course, and you also get this really handy DC battery power adapter, an extra spark plug, and this oil canister that makes it really easy to fill up. For oil, I went with a 10W -30 because I live in Canada. It's winter right now, and that's also what's recommended for this specific model. The generator has a built-in handle on the top, which makes it fairly easy to carry around with one hand. It weighs around 42 pounds, but then of course account for any gas that you put inside of it and oil. For ports, you get two of these AC 120 volts, one DC 12 volts 5 amps, and another DC that is 5 volts 2.1 amps. You'll also see a DC breaker and an eco mode switch, so you can toggle between the standard or eco if you want to save a little bit of gas. There's a little digital gauge, which is a VFT meter. This gives us pretty important information on the generator: real-time AC voltage, frequency in hertz, and total operating time in hours. Then a top light up area with 3 different indicators, one which tells you if the device is running right, another which tells you if there's any errors, and lastly a low oil indicator. Then you have your gas cap at the very top, which has a built-in removable filter. This is going to help keep out any grime from gas if it's been sitting around or maybe in an open canister. Finally, at the back you have your exhaust, and on the side a switch which is going to move from your start to your running. There's not a whole lot of pre-use maintenance you have to do. Just add in 300 milliliters of the recommended oil. Now this little canister really comes in handy compared to trying to use a funnel or having to buy one yourself. For gas, I just used the cheapest available at my local station. I tried to get some good shots of me filling up the gas canister from the top, and it was just a little too heavy. I ended up spilling gas everywhere. Do not recommend. Put it on the ground, a lot easier. Let gravity help you. I have to say this has one of the easiest pull starts I've ever tried. Once you put it in start mode, it just takes one little tug and it started up right away for me. Then just check your indicator light to make sure there's no errors. Now let's get into the power a little bit and testing out both the eco mode and the regular mode. This generator has a THD of 1.2. Now don't worry, I also had no idea what this meant, but here, let me give you the definition here, the basic one. It measures how much voltage deviates from the pure sine wave. But in simple terms, a lower THD equals better efficiency, running cleaner overall, and it also puts less stress on the engine. For most inverters, you're getting below 3%, so this is definitely on that lower end of the average. So here's the plan to test out the power. What we're going to do is set up a bit of a movie night outside. I have a projector which uses around 2400 watts. We're going to bring out a light that uses around 100 watts, and then we have both a space heater and a microwave which can use anywhere between 750 to 1500, pretty much utilizing all of the running watts. And we're going to test just how much this can handle. But first, we have to have a better idea of how loud this thing is, so I have my decibel reader here, and we're going to go based on their own specifications and kind of test out some different distances away. Starting with this first one, which is around 3 meters away when we stand right up to the camera here. So that ended up being around 66 decibels. And now we're gonna pull it back to 7 meters, which is what they say should be around 52.5 decibels at 25% load. Obviously right now we're at 0% load, so we will retest it tonight once we have a bunch of stuff plugged into it and running. That way we can get a better idea of how it's gonna sound when you're using it outdoors with actual stuff plugged in. So it was a little bit quieter. We got down to around 61 on average, not quite 52.5, but there are a little bit of other sounds, so I will give them a tiny bit of a leeway. So now we come back at night and we set up our projector and everything else we need to have a movie night outside with this thing if you're camping. So I have everything planned out that we're using, and in order to get an accurate output of the wattage, I have a little wattage reader here that we're gonna plug our power bar into. So the first thing we have to do, start up our generator, get our wattage reader plugged in, and then start setting everything up. It is gonna get a little loud, but I am gonna try to de-noise the audio. That way you guys can actually hear what I'm saying and not just the generator or the dog. So there's our generator running right there. And then we have our power bar with our wattage reader. First thing is this light that should use around 50 to 100 watts max. So it's hard to see, but it's only using 2.1 watts, so literally next to nothing. Next up, we have our Nebula X1 projector. Absolutely insane. I reviewed this on my main channel. They should use around 200 watts to 300 max. So we're gonna set this up, have it right on the edge of our shed. So projector is starting to go here. We can see it doing its thing. And that is now using, again, hard to see, around 185 watts total. It's not on full blast yet, so it will go up a tiny bit. I gotta go ahead and fix the screen a little bit though, because that's not very, not great positioning. Now it's not very cold out, but just in case I do get cold, I want to try to max out this generator, of course. This should get around 1,000 to 1,250 watts. Now we're gonna grab one more thing, and that's the microwave, so we can make a little bit of popcorn out here, and that should really max this thing out. And yeah, we're bringing out the microwave. This should give us around 1,000 watts used. Now, based on my simple math, it should be pretty close to being able to run all three of these items at the same time with the 2400p, because this is gonna give us around 1,800 watts of running wattage. So we have the projector and the light using around 200. I tested the actual heater earlier, and that used around 600 on low, and then I'm hoping that leaves enough for the microwave to make us some popcorn. So let's see what happens. I just started the microwave and the actual sound is going way up. We're all the way at 82 in the decibel meter right now, so it's quite a bit louder. Having this maxed out makes a huge difference in terms of loudness. It's a little hard to tell by the meter, but we're at about 1,500 watts right now. It's just not showing because it's a little too bright. And just like that, we got popcorn too. And that took it at around 1,500 watts with the microwave on, the light on, and the projector at the same time. It almost maxed it out. You could tell just how much louder it was. And now I can go ahead and put it on my favorite YouTuber, myself. That's the ego in me. After the ads, of course.
To be the most powerful Android box on the market.
Let me turn on the heater. Okay, that was pretty fun, but I will say it's probably a little too loud to use it this close to a projector unless you're wearing headphones. Now, if you want to save a little bit of power and a little bit of gas at the same time, one thing you can do is turn it on eco mode. Eco mode is still going to give you the same amount of wattage, but it's only going to deliver as much power as you need at the time of output. So if you're only using 200 watts, then it's going to run at a much lower engine speed. With eco mode, you can run it at 25%, which is around 450 watts, and it can go for about 15 hours. Where at normal running at 100%, you'll use up the full tank of 0.95 gallons in around 4 hours. That completely uses up its capacity. So that wraps up our outdoor test. As you can see, it can handle quite a bit of wattage. I tried to give you guys as much information from the reader as possible. It was just a little hard to see it in the dark. The microwave definitely overpowered it a lot more than I thought, using up close to 1,400 watts, but it was still able to handle it while using the projector and a light at the same time with a few bit of wattage left. I couldn't use the heater with it though. That was just a little too much. So here's my final thoughts. I first wanted to go and see if there's any other models on Amazon that have a similar build and similar specs. And no surprise here, there was actually multiple brands that have pretty much the exact same design and yes, very similar specs as well. But I have not tested those other brands. I've tested this one. What I can say 100% is it does exactly as it's described. The regular price on Amazon for this is $395, but it's on sale right now for $319. I'm sure it's one of those products that are just consistently on sale. But what I will say is there are definitely other ones that are pretty much the exact same for a slightly cheaper price. Now you just have to decide whether you want to trust what I'm saying today, which is I've tested this one out, or you want to trust maybe a different review on another brand. So what I've done is I've put the link and any coupon codes down below in the description if you want to check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.